Hello. We hope you're enjoying your stay at Toshi's place.
To help you make the most of your time in Kamakura, we've prepared this sightseeing guide.
Today we'll introduce you to Myoo-in Temple.
Welcome, everyone. We're really excited today to take you on a sort of virtual tour, a deep dive into Myoo-in Temple. Just try to picture stepping into this place where, centuries of faith just blend beautifully with incredible art, history, architecture, and of course, Kamakura's amazing nature. It really feels like more than just a temple. It's like uncovering a hidden sanctuary. And trust me, the deities, the protectors you'll meet here, they're unlike any others in Kamakura. Okay, so let's start with a bit of history, shall we? Here's something pretty amazing right off the bat. Myoo-in is actually the only temple in the whole city that was founded by a shogun. That's right, Fujiwara no Yoritsune. He was the fourth shogun of the Kamakura shogunate, and he established it way back in the early 13th century. Quite a claim to fame, isn't it?
It absolutely is. And his reason for founding it is, well, fascinating. He specifically wanted a spiritual shield, you could say, for his own residents, especially to ward off bad luck, believed to come from the northeast, that was considered the unlucky direction. The Demon Gate, its full name, it's a bit of a mouthful, is Hansazan Kangiji Myoo-in Temple, and it follows the Amuro school of the Shingon sect. Now, Shingon Buddhism, it's known for its esoteric teachings, secret doctrines, and these really powerful rituals. And its first head priest, a man named Jogo, was quite important himself. He'd been the administrator at the very famous Tsurugaoka Hachimangu Shrine just before this.
And here's a little historical twist for you. Yoritsune, despite being the shogun, was actually a noble from Kyoto. He was brought here when he was just 2 years old. So interestingly, his actual day-to-day power, well, it was somewhat limited in practice. It makes you wonder, doesn't it? Maybe that's why he wanted such strong spiritual protection.
That's a really interesting thought, yeah. And regardless of his personal power level, the temple itself became deeply tied to the shogunate, especially during really critical times for Japan. Think about the Mongol invasions, late 13th century. I mean, that must have been terrifying. Well, during those attacks, the shogunate commissioned special Goma rituals right here at Myoo-in. These are Buddhist fire ceremonies. They burn offerings, and the flames symbolically purify worldly desires, destroy obstacles, and, importantly, invoke protection. So Myoo-in really functioned as a key place for national spiritual defense back then.
Wow. And talk about resilience. There was a big fire in the early 1600s, sadly, that destroyed most of the temple's important statues. But get this, one really crucial, very significant statue somehow survived the flames. And it's still here today.
Exactly. And that statue leads us right into what makes Myoo-in truly unique today. It is the only temple in all of Kamakura that enshrines all 5 of the wisdom kings, the Godai-myo, together in its main hall. Now, in esoteric Buddhism, these figures, they aren't the calm, serene Buddhas you might picture first. They're called wrathful deities, or funisen. But don't let the fierce look fool you. Their intensity represents this incredible power they have to rescue people from delusion, from ignorance, and guide them firmly towards enlightenment. Think of them as like ultimate spiritual bodyguards, really powerful protectors.
Right. And the central one, the survivor of that fire, is Fudo-myo. When you see this statue, you'll just be drawn in by its, well, incredibly fierce expression, that dramatic halo of flames behind him, and just its powerful stance. It's so important it's been designated an important cultural property, and art historians attribute it to a master sculptor from the Kamakura period, Higojoke. So it's a huge deal in Japanese art history, too.
Definitely. Fudo-myo is seen as an incarnation or manifestation of Denichi Nyorai, who is the central cosmic Buddha in Shingon, representing universal truth itself. Fudo typically holds a sword to cut through illusion and a rope to bind negative forces, and he sits on a rock base, showing he's unshakable. And surrounding him are the other 4 myo. You have Gazanze in the east, Gundari in the south, Daitoku in the west, and Kaguyasha in the north. Each one has its own focus. For instance, Gazanze Myo, he often looks like he's trampling figures, symbolizing the destruction of things like greed and anger. He might have multiple faces and arms, showing his immense power. Gundari Myo often has serpents coiled around him, and people pray to him for things like wealth and long life. The Toku Myo is quite distinct. Rides a water buffalo, has 6 faces, 6 arms, 6 legs, and Kaguyasha Myo looks ready for battle, defending Buddhist law. So together they create this incredibly potent field of protection.
And beyond these amazing statues, just pause for a moment and look at the temple building itself, that beautiful thatched roof. It just blends so perfectly, so naturally into the green hills of Kamakura. It gives the whole place this wonderful, timeless, almost rustic charm, like it's grown out of the landscape.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
And depending on when you visit, you might catch some stunning seasonal color too. From about February to March, the plum blossoms are just gorgeous, really vibrant. Then come autumn, the leaves turn these incredible shades of red and gold. It makes it such a peaceful and honestly picturesque spot any time of year. Just lovely for a quiet walk.
Now, if you're looking for a really special, maybe even profound experience, you should definitely try to catch the Guma fire ritual. It happens on the 28th of every month, starts at 1:00 p.m., and the best part, it's completely open to the public, no need to book ahead, just a small donation is welcome. It's a really fantastic and quite unique opportunity to connect with the temple's living spiritual practice.
It really is something to witness. You see the flames consuming the wooden prayer sticks and offerings representing those worldly attachments being purified. And alongside the ritual itself, the head priest usually gives a sermon, but they're often very modern and easy to understand, very relatable. It engages all your senses, it's quite moving, and makes you think.
And here's something really exciting. On that same day, the 28th, the main hall doors are open,
Mm.
and you can actually see the statues of all five Mayo. Normally, they're kept hidden from view, so this is a genuinely rare chance to see them all together up close. A real highlight.
Yes. And as a little bonus, during the Goma ritual times, they often offer seasonal refreshments too. Like you might get some warm soba noodles if you go in January, or tasty rice cakes, mochi with different toppings in December. I think they even do watermelon in May sometimes. It just adds another nice sort of community touch to the whole experience.
Just a quick heads up about visiting. You'll notice that photography is generally not allowed inside the temple grounds. Now, this isn't meant to be difficult. It's really about preserving that incredibly calm, sacred atmosphere. It kind of gently encourages you to put the camera away and just connect quietly with the space, with the statues. Allows for some deeper reflection, maybe.
That's a good point. And it's worth knowing this temple is also important for pilgrims. It's actually the very first stop on the Kamakura 13 Buddha pilgrimage. So pilgrims starting their journey here get a special stamp, a Hatsuganin seal, marking the beginning of their quest. It's also the eighth temple on a different pilgrimage, the Kamakura 33 Kannon pilgrimage. There's an 11-faced cannon statue housed in a separate hall, the Cannon Hall, so it's deeply woven into the local spiritual landscape.
And, you know, if you find yourself wanting to explore more after visiting Myoo-in, you're perfectly placed. There are several other really elegant, peaceful spots just a short walk away, maybe 5 or 10 minutes. For example, you could visit Ichijo Ekan Sanso. That's a beautifully preserved noble's villa and garden from the Edo period. Really steps you back in time. Or there's the famous Hokokuji Temple. People often call it the Bamboo Temple. The bamboo grove is just stunning, and you can relax with some matcha tea there, too. And maybe check out the former Kachanomiya residence. It's this charming Western-style house from the early Showa era. Quite different. Or Jomyoji Temple, another lovely Zen temple with a classic dry landscape garden and a tea house. Lots of peaceful options nearby.
Yeah, exactly. What's great about those places is they tend to be much quieter than some of the bigger tourist hotspots in Kamakura.
Right.
So you can really continue that feeling of serenity you get at Myoo-in. It allows for a truly peaceful exploration of this side of Kamakura. Even the walk between these places is lovely, quiet, residential streets, traditional houses. It really sets a nice contemplative mood.
So as you can tell, Myoo-in Temple isn't just fascinating, it's also really conveniently located right here in Kamakura. It makes a perfect starting point for your day, or just a wonderful, peaceful addition to whatever else you have planned.
Absolutely. And like we mentioned, it's just that short, pleasant walk to several other beautiful, tranquil spots. Perfect if you want to discover some of Kamakura's, let's say, hidden gems and have a really memorable, perhaps more reflective day out. Remember, sometimes the stories these older places tell are about quiet strength, about protection and resilience, not just grandeur.
What did you think?
We hope the rest of your stay at Toshi's place will be filled with wonderful memories.